Hello guys, myself Dr. Ranjan and I'm here to address the most important question that is running through the young medicos' minds in India nowadays, as well as the foreign medical graduates who are due to come to India to appear for the screening exam. And the question is, what next, right? What is this next exam all about, guys? To begin with, next is an attempt to make one single exam for one country. So one country, India, should have one exam which should serve purpose for all other exams that we have now, right? So we will mix it up, all the NEET exam, AIIMS, JIPMA, PGI, the MCI screening exam, as well as the final year exams of the Indian medical graduates into one single exam, by which you will get not only a license to practice, but also from the rank that you get from the objective exam, you can also get a PGC. So one exam, guys, will solve all the purpose in the medical field, right? So the next question is, guys, the question arises is how this next exam will change the fate of medical students. See, if you look at the first 3 years, right, first, second, third year, you used to have exams in your medical colleges. They will remain the same. The only thing going to change is the final year. So your final year exams will be replaced by next for all the medical colleges in India. So the exam can be standardized, and there will be two exams, next one and next two. Next one would be an objective exam, next two would be a clinical based exam. Now the next question is, guys, when do you think it is gonna be implemented? So as of now, what we know is it has been planned to be implemented in 2022, right? So looking upon that, one can find out which students are gonna be affected first. The first batch that is gonna appear for the next exam, as per the information that we have as of now, is the batch of 2017. So 2017 batch, as you guys will be appearing for the first next exam in the month of March, right? Once you pass through the next exam, we'll have a window period of 1 month, after which you can join internship for 1 year, and once you finish internship, you'll have 1 month, after which you'll have to appear for the next two exams. Now once you pass next two exams, what you'll have is now you'll get the license to practice. Fine. From the scores of your next one exam, you can choose a medical PGC, right, guys? Now if you look at the next one, as of now, what they have proposed is, guys, they have significantly increased the stake for the clinical subjects, because what they want you guys to do is focus more on clinical subjects, focus more on problem solving approach. Like they want to make the exams more of a kind as if you are not solving questions but treating patients, right? And the trailer was in this year's NEET exam, isn't it? The questions were more practical. Students commented as well after the exams. Of the students, I got the feedback, and they felt as if it was not a 300 questions in the exam. They felt as if they saw 300 patients in an OPD. So that is what we are moving towards, guys. More clinical approach, more clinical thinking, and more application based. So here, total they have, what they have planned as of now is there will be 540 questions, and out of these 540 questions, most would be clinical questions, right? You can see 120, 120, 120 for medicine, surgery, obs gynae, and pedia, ANT, ophtha, 60 questions each. Out of these 540, 10% of questions would be for PSM or preventive medicine, and 10% of questions would be for other allied subjects, anat, physio, biochemistry, patho, micro, right? So this is how the structure looks like, and it seems as if this is going to be carried forward. And if you look at the next two exams, so next two is nothing, it's a clinical skill exam, guys. So whatever you have learned in your clinical postings during your undergraduate period, whatever you learned during internship, that you have to showcase on a patient, on a real patient here. So you're moving from theory to practical. So they will check here how much clinical skills you have acquired and are you fit to be a doctor, right? So here, this is what the next exam is all about, guys. And even the foreign medical graduates who come to India, guys, you give your exams there, you get a degree there, but you have to get through both next one as well as next two, and then you can get a medical license and you can also get a PGC, right? Now, guys, coming to the last and the most important part, what should be the approach for the students? So, guys, if you are a first year or a second year student now, or third year, what you should focus now is on the job at your hands. What you want at the end of the day? You want at the end of the day, because the exam is going to be more clinical, you want that you would be clinically more accurate in your diagnosis, management, etc., right, while solving those questions. But you have to understand one thing is what makes a foundation for a solid clinical base are the preclinical subjects, right, in the first year and second year. So when you are in first year and second year, right, don't unnecessarily gun for the clinical subjects thinking that I would be scoring more if I start clinical subjects from early. It's not like that, guys. Just think about building a house. So when I build a house, you want to make a beautiful house, right? First floor, second floor, third floor. But you cannot go for any floor until and unless you have a solid foundation, right? So how strong your foundation is, how strong your foundation of house is, it will make sure how strong your house becomes overall. That is your clinical subjects. Right, guys. So now what you need to do, the first year, second year, third year subjects, students, is focus on the subjects at your hands now. Try to make them strong. So first is students, guys, anatomy, physiology, make them rock solid. Right, you need to have your own notes, whatever may be the source. Right, you are using a textbook or online platform or live lectures, whatever it is. Make sure one thing, whatever you are writing, right, you have a solid understanding of whatever you are written. If you don't understand, go back to textbooks, guys. Try to understand them. So whatever is in your copies, textbooks, you are not gonna solve questions from now on just by mugging them up and then solving questions. So that's rote learning, which used to be applied in our times and the few years back as well. But now things are changing, right? You have to apply your concepts. So the job at your hand is to make your pre-para strong in first year, second year, so that when you move into your third year and final year time, you have more time at that time to give focus more on the clinical subjects, and you'll be at peace of mind that my pre-para subjects are strong, so I don't need to focus more on that. And once they are strong, guys, before the next one exam, you can briefly revise your preclinical subjects as well, right? Second thing, guys, what I would advise you guys is make a clinical case book for yourself, right? And whenever you go to the wards, you see patients, right? Then examine those patients, talk to those patients, write down in your clinical case what did you find out, right? And then go through the case history as well, as to what was the diagnosis and does it match with your diagnosis, and what was given to the patient, which drugs were given to the patient. So you have a case, like you have a bronchial asthma patient, you took the history, right? And you have written down everything, what investigations were done, and then what are the treatment that is being given to that patient. Now you go back to your hostel room, then see if you are able to put things together. If you don't, right, for example, suppose you are not able to understand that why the management approach was such, or why this particular drug was given, like why salbutamol was given to this patient, how is it working. So just you can go back to pharmacology and see how beta agonists are used in bronchial asthma, right? So by this, what happens, by the time you reach your final year, make sure that for every disease, right, as much as possible, you have at least one case. And so that what happens is, guys, usually we forget words, isn't it? But we do not forget usually what we see. So you'll always remember those patients which you have seen, and you have written a clinical case based upon your own experience. So this will make you more clinically oriented, guys. It'll make you think more clinical, right? So that is what you must do at as of now, guys, and don't just blindly run from first year for the clinical subjects. You'll stumble, guys. Stumble because how strong your clinical subjects are, or they will be, will depend upon how strong your pre-clinical subjects are. So work hard on them, and guys, I wish all of you all the best, and always believe in yourself, guys. The exams might change, but remember, the medical science is the same. It has not changed, and it will not.